Cup Manufacturing Company hires people that were born and raised to work in this industry.
I grew up farming, and we had Sukup equipment on our farm.
I still actively farm. I know what the farmers' problems are. I can use that to help make our products better.
What kind of separates a successful farm from one that's having a little more trouble right now is the ability to market your grain.
And the best way to manage that?
On-farm storage.
Sue Rother, fleet manager for Sukup trucking operations.
We've had several calls where a farmer has broke down, a dealer needs the part right away. We do whatever we can to get it there.
The Sukup dealer network is also a critical part of the company's success.
Our relationship with our dealers is very close. They know who they can contact if they have a need.
The dealers are absolutely committed.
You want to make sure you have good service that comes with it.
And the Akron Rams. First, the lineup for the visiting Wray Eagles. Batting first, shortstop, Joey Wymera. Batting second, center fielder, Ashton Rogers. Batting third and pitching, Chris Arambula. Batting fourth, playing third base, Camden Riggleman. Batting fifth, playing right field, Eddie Estrada. Batting sixth, playing first base, Rice Peterson. Batting seventh, playing second base, Darren Welp. Batting eighth, playing left field, Yahir Enriquez. And batting ninth and catching, Carson Rockwell. Now, let's meet the starting lineup for the Akron Rams. Batting first, playing shortstop, Anderson Villa. Batting second, playing center field, Evan Vogt. Batting third, playing first base, Xavier Livesay. Batting fourth and pitching, Ryan McCaffrey. Batting fifth and catching, Ty Lucero. Batting sixth, playing left field, Dakota Farnham. Batting seventh and DHing, Hunter Molt. Batting eighth, playing second base, Alex Bowen. Batting ninth and playing right field, Brock Sweedland. And playing third base, Caleb Haas. Now, please stand and remove your hats as we play our national anthem. The umpires for today's game are Ron Metcalf and Gio Rodriguez. Good luck, Gio. You'll need help.
You still here?
We're in.
Mark, are you still here?
Next.
Of the zone for a called strike one. So 0-1 count to Joey Wymura. Go through the lineups for Wray. So it'll be Wymura at short, Rogers in center field.
Chris Arambula on the mound. Camden Riggleman at third. Here's the 0-1 from McCaffrey. That one is just below the knees on the inside to even up the count at 1 for Wymura. In the middle of the order, it's going to be Eddie Estrada in right field, Rice Peterson at first, Darren Welp at second, Enriquez in left field, and Carson Rockwell behind the plate at catcher. The 1-1 well above the zone from McCaffrey. That's going to put Wymura ahead in the count, 2-1. McCaffrey so far this season, through 2 games, has pitched in 1 inning. He's allowed 1 run, no hits, but 3 walks. Next pitch to Wymura in the dirt. It's now a 3-1 count to Joey Wymura. So now McCaffrey, after a nice first pitch, getting the knees for a strike. He's thrown 3 consecutive balls, so trying to get his sights into that zone. Doesn't want to allow a walk for his first batter face today, which he does. Next pitch in the dirt. So consecutive pitches in the dirt. It's going to be a 5-pitch walk for Joey Wymura. So 1 base runner already for the Wray Eagles. That's how they will get their 2022 season underway. And now Ashton Rogers for the first time this season. Wray, of course, last season, perfect 14-0 in the regular season. However, they were knocked out in the regional tournament by Wray. First pitch to Rogers, got the knees for a called strike 1. So just like Joey Wymura before him, Rogers now falls behind 0-1. So for Wray this season, they are returning solid batters. Chris Arambula, Rice Peterson, Camden Riggleman, and Joey Wymura. So And a lot of new faces as well. Just 6 total players returning from last year's roster. So a lot of new faces you will see on the field this year, as they hope to have just as much success, at least in the regular season, that they did last year. Pitch in the dirt to Rogers, gets away from the catcher Ty Lucero, and that allows Waimura to swipe second base. So a wild pitch there from McCaffrey. Now a runner in scoring position for Wray. Rogers with a 1-1 count. Top of the first inning, scores between Wray and Akron. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Next pitch in the dirt again. However, Lucero keeps this one at bay. That does move the count to 2-1. So McCaffrey, second consecutive batter. He gets the knees for a called strike 1 and then seems to lose the location after that. Glances to Waimura at second. Next delivery is above the zone. It's going to be a neck-high fastball. 3-1. So McCaffrey at risk of walking his first 2 batters of the game. Glances at second once more, and he's going to step off as he doesn't like the lead that Waimura has off of second there. So he's going to have to recycle this right here as the home plate umpire discussing calling over Terry J there, the first base coach for the Wray Eagles, discussing something with him, perhaps something with Waimura right here, and then he signals something back to the dugout right here. So see what's been discussed right here. Home plate umpire gets back behind the plate, and we are good to go. 3-1 count to Ashton Rogers. Joey Waimura at second base, swings, grounds this one straight to first. Livesay is able to grab it in the dirt, so there's the first out of the inning. However, that does open up an opportunity for Joey Waimura to advance to third base. So 1 down, base runner at third for the Eagles. Now Chris Arambula in the box for Wray, one of the 6 returners for Wray last season, and he is arguably the best returner for this Eagles lineup. Had a .500 batting average last season, 25 hits and 50 at-bats. First pitch to him is swung out. It's going to be popped fouled behind the Wray Eagles dugout along the first baseline. So Arambula going to fall behind 0-1. So 3 batters and 3 0-1 counts to start each at-bat. But McCaffrey just needs to be a little bit more consistent with his location so far in this one. Next pitch well above the zone, evens it up at 1 apiece. Joey Waimura, base runner at third for Wray. 1 down, 1-1 count to Chris Arambula. Still no score between Wray and Akron. 1-1 delivery to Arambula. Grounded to first. Livesay snags it in the dirt. Steps on the bag for the second out. However, it's going to be an RBI ground out for Chris Arambula as Joey Waimura comes home from third. So it's a 1-0 lead for Wray on no hits. So Chris Arambula, first RBI of the season. Finished with 21 last season in 16 games for the club. First pitch in the dirt now to Camden Riggleman, third baseman for the Eagles in today's contest. So through 4 batters, that's the first 1-0 count that Ryan McCaffrey has started off there on the mound. 1-0 to Riggleman. That one in the dirt. Lucero, the catcher, keeping that one at bay. Not that there's any base runners to really deal with in this situation. Base is empty now. Wray leading 1-0 over Akron. 2 outs in the top of the first inning and a 2-0 count to Riggleman. McCaffrey gets the call. Here's the windup above the zone. It's a neck-high fastball. 3-0 the count. Already given up 1 walk this inning. He walked Wymura to lead off the inning, and of course he scored the lone run so far for the Eagles on that RBI ground out to Chris Arambula. 3-0 to Riggleman in the dirt. So Riggleman is walked. So there is 2 walks surrendered by Ryan McCaffrey in this first inning. Eddie Estrada, junior for the Eagles, was not on the roster last season, so getting his first action right here with the Eagles. Trying to keep the top of the first inning alive. Now, of course, Ryan McCaffrey on the mound for Akron, dealing with yet another base runner, as the first pitch is low, but it's going to be swung on, grounded foul by Estrada. Estrada falls behind 0-1. Riggleman now the base runner at first. 2 down in the top of the first inning. Wray leads Akron 1-0. Game 1 of the doubleheader this afternoon. Estrada steps back into the box. All 5 batters so far for Wray right-handed. Second pitch, above the zone. And a stolen base successful by Camden Riggleman. Great timing there, able to dash for second, and not making the throw in time there is Luke. Wray stole a lot of bases last season. Riggleman stole 10 bases, was caught stealing 1 time. Next pitch inside, but misses the zone for a ball. Eddie Estrada now ahead in the count 2-1 with 2 down. Now a base runner in scoring position, of course, with that stolen base from Riggleman. 2-1 to Estrada. This one swung foul tip behind the plate. Evens up the count to 2-2. However, Ryan McCaffrey, bit of light at the end of the tunnel of this first inning. Now just 1 strike away from getting out of this. Trying to limit Wray to just 1 run in the inning. Here's the 2-2. That one misses above the zone. 3-2 to Eddie Estrada. 3-2 count, 2 down. Camden Riggleman, base runner at second, following a walk and a stolen base. 3-2, swung on and missed. There's the first strikeout of the game for Ryan McCaffrey, and that retires the side and will also strand Riggleman there at second base. So on no hits, Wray scores 1 run in the top of the first inning. Wray leads Akron 1-0, heading to the bottom of the first, which is coming up next on KRDZ. On the Akron Rams, game one of a doubleheader. Bottom of the first inning, Wray leads 1-0. Connor Dockery on KRDZ. Bottom of the first, brought to you by University Napa. Stop in store to see a full line of Milwaukee and Carlisle tools to add to your toolbox. University Napa in Sterling, Wray, Yuma, and Brush. First pitch is going to be popped into foul territory by Anderson Filla. And going way into foul territory near the Wray dugout is Rice Peterson to make the catch. So one pitch and one out for Chris Arambula there on the mound. So already one down here for the Akron Rams. As I mentioned, Chris Arambula getting the first start of the season on the mound for Wray. Now in the box is Evan Vogt, and he's going to miss this one well on the inside to fall behind 1-0. So Arambula last season on the mound for Wray. 6 games there on the mound, finished with a 3-0 record, 1 start to his name as well. Here's the 1-0 to Vogt. This one's popped foul to the parking lot. Vogt falls behind 1-1. Arambula in those 6 games, pitching 12 1/3 innings, allowing 14 hits, 11 runs, 9 of them earned. Gave up 1 home run on the season, walked 14 batters, struck out 18. 1-1 pitch to Vogt, misses below the knees. It's a 2-1 count. Let's go through the Akron lineup here. Anderson Filla there at shortstop. Have Evan Vogt in center field, currently in the box with a 2-1 count with 1 down in the inning. Xavier Livesey at first base. He'll be batting third after Vogt. Next pitch misses just above the belt there. So 3-1, the count to Vogt. Arambula trying to avoid running his first walk of the season. Middle 3 for Akron. Ryan McCaffrey as pitcher. Ty Lucero as catcher. Dakota Farnham in left field. 3-1, popped foul as well behind the plate, so that will run the count full. 3-2, so Arambula fighting back. Now a key payoff pitch coming up right here to Vogt. Bottom 3 for Akron. It'll be Hunter Molt. In the field for him is Caleb Poss at third base. Piss Mitch is in the dirt for Arambula, so there is a walk. So 1 out and 1 walk so far for Chris Arambula, 2 batters. And Akron has their first base runner of the game. 1 down, base runner at first, and here is Xavier Livesey, first baseman for Akron. Batting 8 for Akron as well. It's going to be Alex Bowen, a freshman at second base. And then in right field will be Brock Sweetland, a sophomore. First pitch swung, fouled off to the right side. Livesey falls behind 0-1. Livesey, very talented wrestler for Akron. Also very talented football player as well. Packs a lot of power there at the plate. So an 0-1 count to Livesey. Base runner at first with 1 down. Livesey coming into today's action. 3 for 8 at the plate through 2 games. Pickoff attempt at first is unsuccessful as Anderson Filla able to dive back in. Livesey, one of his 3 hits was a double there in that doubleheader against Haxton on Tuesday. Pitch misses in the dirt, and it rolls away behind the plate from Carson Rockwell, and that's going to open up an opportunity for Filla to move up to second. So the first wild pitch thrown by Arambula in this one moves Livesey's count to 1-1. And now a base runner in scoring position for Akron. Base runner at second, 1 down. Wray does lead 1-0. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the 1-1 to Livesey. Swung on and miss at a pitch right at the belt. Great execution on the fastball from Arambula. And Livesey falls behind 1-2, excuse me. Akron played in that doubleheader there on Tuesday on the road at Haxton. They split those games, so they're 1-1 overall in the season. Meanwhile, Wray playing in their first ball game of the spring season. And a called strike 3. Chris Arambula right down the middle on the outside of the plate. And he gets his first strikeout of the season, and he knocks out quite a powerful batter right there in Xavier Livesey. So Chris Arambula, 3 batters, 2 outs, and a base runner on second to deal with. As stepping in, batting cleanup, Ryan McCaffrey, pitcher versus pitcher matchup for this first game. Arambula glances back at second. First pitch gets the knees for a called strike 1 to Ryan McCaffrey. McCaffrey 0 for 5 in the box so far this season in 2 games. Has been walked 4 times, struck out twice. Also been hit by a pitch 1 time as well. Here's the 0-1 swung on and missed. Boy, that one just cut on the outside, sunk down, low and away, and that one really fooled him. So a nice pitch there from Arambula. 0-2 the count with 2 away. Arambula trying to retire the side. Trying to strand that runner there at second. Here's the 0-2. This one swung on, grounded foul along the first baseline. We'll do this 0-2 count one more time. 0-2 the count, 2 down. Base runner at second. Akron trails Wray 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Arambula gets back set there on the mound. Vogt taking a couple of steps there off second. Here is the 0-2. This one is popped deep into left field in foul territory, and unable to make the catch out there is Yahir Enriquez. So we're going to have another 0-2 count. Yahir Enriquez, of course, there, left fielder for Wray. A senior, however, one of the many new faces on this Eagles lineup. Was not on the roster last season. McCaffrey steps back in at the plate. 0-2 count for a 3rd time. 2 outs in the inning. Arambula glances back to Vogt at second. Here is the 0-2 and a stolen base without a throw for Vogt. He's going to make the dash to 3rd. So the tying run for Akron now just 1 base away. Now a 1-2 count to Ryan McCaffrey. Arambula trying to retire the side, keeping his team in front. Arambula gets the call. Trying to get McCaffrey out here. Pitch in the dirt. It bounces away from Rockwell, and Vogt making the dash home, and he slides in safely. Rockwell threw it to Arambula, but the throw was not in time. So a wild pitch there in the dirt is going to cost the Wray Eagles, as Vogt able to make it home off of that wild pitch, and we are tied at 1. So a 1-1 score, but no hits for either side so far. A 2-2 count to McCaffrey. Now no base runners. Pitch swung on, foul tipped. So Akron trying to rise up that pitch count against Arambula. Got to tip your cap to Ryan McCaffrey right here. He's being a very tough out right here, and that's even if you get out very successful plate appearance right here all the same, as he's just forcing Arambula to throw several pitches right here. Next throw misses just off of the plate. And that runs the count full, 3-2. So Arambula goes from being up 2-0 to being in a full count situation, 3-2 with 2 away in the inning. Trying to end it right here. Here's the payoff delivery. That one misses away from the plate. And that will extend the inning as Ryan McCaffrey is walked. So 2 walks for both Chris Arambula and Ryan McCaffrey in this game. And similar to Ryan McCaffrey there in the top of the first inning, he surrendered a walk with 2 outs in the inning, which extended it there for Wray. That was Riggleman ended up getting stranded at second after a stolen base. So head coach Brett Vlasheen comes out from the dugout trying to chat things over with Arambula and Rockwell. Pitcher and catcher trying to get this sorted out. Arambula started off there good in this start, but again, just struggling to close out the inning right here. 0-2 count with a 1-0 lead. Now base runner at first with a 1-1 tie. Ty Lucero, speaking of ties, steps into the plate. Batter number 5 in the lineup for Akron. 2 outs. Base runner at first in the form of Ryan McCaffrey. First pitch misses below, and a stolen base attempt for McCaffrey. Throw is offline, rolls to the outfield. However, McCaffrey going to stick around there at second. So a successful steal from Ryan McCaffrey. This is nearly a mirror finish to that first inning that the Eagles had in the top of the first at the plate. And we're going to have a pinch runner right here. Ryan McCaffrey going to the dugout. He's going to be replaced by Evan Piper, the senior. Home plate umpire getting this lineup figured out. So now Piper, the base runner at second to base for Akron. 1-0 the count to Ty Lucero. 2 away in the inning. So here's how the top of the first inning went for Wray. A walk, a ground out to first, which advanced Wymira to second. Another ground out to first after Wymira was able to advance to third, which brought him home. And then with 2 away in the inning, no base runners, Riggleman was walked, stole a base, and then Estrada struck out. Pitch misses in the dirt, and Rockwell, it gets away from him as well. This is one of those fields here in Akron where the fence behind home plate, it's a good distance, a good 20 feet behind home plate, so you really don't want to let pitches go away from you if you're the catcher. So it's a 2-0 count to Lucero, and that window with the wild pitch advanced McCaffrey up to third base. So now the go-ahead run for Akron, just 1 base away. Another pitch misses in the dirt, and Piper making the run home, and he's going to slide in time. So back-to-back wild pitches is going to score the run for Akron. 2-1, Akron now in front of Wray. Both runs scoring on wild pitches. Meanwhile, a 3-0 count to Lucero. Arambula just trying to get back in the zone right here, missing off the plate in his last couple of tries. Here's the 3-0, that one at the head. Misses above the zone, so another walk. Third walk of the inning surrendered by Arambula. Back-to-back walks as well after having 2 outs and an 0-2 count to Ryan McCaffrey. Going to have another pinch runner right here. Stepping in for Ty Lucero is going to be Jackson Filla. So Jackson Filla now the base runner at first for Akron. They lead Wray now 2-1 with 2 away in the inning. And now the 6th batter of the inning, Dakota Farnham. Farnham, a junior, playing in left field. Pickoff attempt at first, unsuccessful. Phila able to dive back in safely. First delivery to Farnham. That one misses in the dirt. Rockwell keeps that one close, and that's going to keep Jackson Phila there at first. A 1-0 count for Dakota Farnham. So Arambula in this first inning. 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 2 runs given up, 4 wild pitches in the inning. 1-0. That one misses low and away. 2-0. Arambula just trying to get out of this inning. Again, it had a very solid start. 2 outs and a walk, but so far just struggling with the location to finish the side. Next one swung on and missed right there at the knees for Farnham. Should give Arambula hopefully a little bit of confidence right there just to see a strike go through. So now a 2-1 count to Farnham. Arambula gets set, pickoff attempt at first. Jackson Phila dives back in. Arambula keeping a watchful eye there at first. Phila gets a couple of more steps on his lead, but meanwhile another swing and a miss to Farnham. Evens up the count at 2-2. Arambula with another opportunity to try to retire the side here. Trying to keep this at just a 1-run ball game. You certainly don't want to keep extending this inning as Arambula's going to step off. Phila steps back to first. Meanwhile, pitch, that one's high, and a stolen base attempt for Phila. He's going to slide in time. So another stolen base here, this time Jackson Phila. So 2 stolen bases for Akron this inning as well. Meanwhile, 3-2 the count to Farnham. That one was a 2-2 miss high, so ball 3. 3-2, 2 outs. Base runner at second. Akron a 2-1 lead. Chris Arambula on the mound for Wray, just trying to get out of the inning. Next delivery, ooh, that one really ran in on Dakota Farnham. And that's going to be a walk. 4 walks this inning, including 3 in a row with 2 outs. Base runners on first and second now for Akron, as Hunter Molt's going to step in. Batter number 7 of the inning. For any pitchers, that's a little bit of a high number as well, especially if you're trying to keep this at a 1-run ball game. Akron 2-1 lead. Pitch is going to be above the glove of Rockwell, goes to the backstop, and it's going to open up an opportunity to advance both base runners up a base. So now Jackson Phila moves up to third. Farnham moves up to second. 5 wild pitches in the inning for Arambula. Trying to narrow his sights right here in his first start. Arambula steps off, trying to get another call from Rockwell. He's going to get set. Here's the 1-0 to Molt. That one above the belt. 2-0 to Molt. Molt in the first 2 games of the season for Akron. 1 for 1. Also was walked in his 2 plate appearances. Next one finds the knees. That one in the zone for a strike. Arambula gets a little closer here. A 2-1 count to Molt. Doesn't want to give up a base hit right here especially. Next one misses low and away for a 3-1 count. Dangerously close to loading the bases right here if he lets another one go off the plate. 3-1 right down Main Street, and he's going to run the count full at 3-2. So Arambula just needs to slow it down here, take it 1 pitch at a time. Just focus on getting strike 3 right here. Just get out of the side, stranding 2 base runners in scoring position. Next one misses well above the plate, gets away from Rockwell's glove, and gives up a walk. But since the pitch got away from Rockwell, that advanced another base runner home. So coming home, Jackson Filla going to score on another wild pitch. 6 wild pitches, now base runners on first and third as Molt walked as well. 5 walks surrendered in the inning, 4 in a row since getting 2 outs. It's going to bring in Alex Bowen to the plate, the freshman. Molt there at first, Dakota Farnham at third. First pitch going to be in the zone for a strike to Bowen. So an 0-1 count. That's hopefully going to get Arambula on the right track, starting off with an 0-1 count instead of falling behind 0-2 or 0-3. Arambula going to step off before getting back set on the mound. 0-1, this one lined to right center field. That one is going to get down for the first base hit of the game for either team. And getting in for a double is Bowen. It's going to be an RBI double for Alex Bowen. He's going to bring home Dakota Farnham, and Hunter Molt's going to make his way up to third. So the first hit of the game, as I mentioned, for either team. And Akron now expanding their lead to 4-1 over Wray. Now here is batter number 9 for Akron, Brock Sweetland, and the first pitch is going to find the zone for a strike. 0-1, the count to Sweetland. Sweetland, right fielder for Akron. So far 3 for 5 at the plate in those first 2 games against Haxton. Here's the 0-1, misses away. 1-1 from Arambula. Arambula gets back set. Here is the 1-1, misses off the plate once more. 2 balls and a strike for Sweetland. 2 down in the inning, 2 base runners in the scoring position, and Akron with a 4-1 lead over Wray, bottom of the first. 2-1, gets the outside edge of the plate, evens it up at 2-2. So Arambula once again at a 2-strike count. But has just really been struggling to try to get that third strike and third out. Next one swung on and missed, and there's his second strikeout of the inning, and that will retire the side. So all 9 batters in the lineup for Akron getting a plate appearance in that first inning, and they're able to bring in 4 runs on 1 hit and 5 walks. So we're going to step aside. Top of the second inning is next on KRDZ.
You have depended on Farm Rain for your customized farming equipment and service. We are humbled by your trust. We don't take it lightly. And we don't take it for granted. Thank you for continuing to count on us.
Akron, game 1 of a doubleheader this afternoon. Akron with a 4-1 lead. Connor Dockery on KRDZ. This top of the second inning brought to you by Quality Irrigation. At Quality Irrigation and Quality Storage Solutions, quality isn't just their name, it's their way of life. First pitch misses below the knees for a 1-0 count to Rice Peterson. First baseman for Wray leading off the inning, getting his first cuts in this 2022 senior campaign for Peterson. Next pitch gets the knees for a called strike 1. So Ryan McCaffrey there on the mound, limiting Wray to just 1 run in the top of the first inning. Surrendered 2 walks as well, but no hits. Next delivery above the zone, 2-1 the count. Ryan McCaffrey there. Couple of pitches too high and too low, but was able to get a couple of ground outs in the inning as well, despite the fact this time misses inside. Had to back up Peterson a little bit. So now a 3-1 count to Peterson. Trying to get Wray off strong. Suddenly finding themselves in a 3-run hole to Akron. Here's a 3-1 count to Peterson. Misses in the dirt. So Peterson is walked in his first plate appearance of the season.
Number 8, Darren Welp.
Darren Welp, another fresh face for Wray this season. Darren Welp, a senior, getting his first cuts of this 2022 season. Once again, Wray only returning 6 players from their 2021 season. So a lot of fresh faces. Darren Welp is one of them, playing at second base for this game as the pickoff attempt to Peterson at first unsuccessful. Peterson able to dive back in. Akron at home wearing gray uniforms trimmed in navy blue and red with the navy blue cap and the Atlanta Braves logo there on the hat. Bunt attempt here for Welp. That one gets tipped behind the plate. Meanwhile, Peterson making a dash to second base. He's going to have to return as it's ruled a dead ball. It's going to make it an 0-1 count to Welp. Wray wearing their purple jerseys trimmed in white with the white pants. Also new hats this season. Their hats are now gray with the purple brim. Here's the 0-1 count to Welp. That one a little bit inside. It's going to be a ball, and Peterson with a successful steal. Throw gets away, rolls into the outfield. However, Peterson going to retreat back to second. So Peterson with his first stolen base of the season. So now Wray with a base runner in scoring position with no outs in the inning. Peterson was able to steal 8 bases last season and was never caught stealing. Here's the 1-1 to Welp. Bounces in the dirt. However, Lucero's able to snag that right into his glove. Keeps the count at 2-1 and doesn't give an opportunity for Peterson at second to try to make a dash at third. Here's the 2-1. That one misses high and inside. A 3-1 count to Darren Welp. McCaffrey gets the call. Glances to Peterson at second base, and here's the 3-1. Bounces again, glances off of the helmet, and goes out of play from Lucero. So that's going to obviously be a walk for Welp, and since it went out of play, it's going to mandatory advance any base runners to 2 bases. So off of the walk, Welp advances to second base, and Peterson comes home to score. So Rice Peterson. It's going to count as an RBI as well for Darren Welp despite being walked. So Wray able to come a little bit closer here to Akron. They're able to score their second run of the game. They cut that lead right in half, 4-2 now in favor of the Rams. That's going to bring in Yahir Enriquez, his first cuts of the season. Another fresh face for the Eagles compared to last season. And his first pitch is going to miss off the plate. It's going to be a 1-0 count to Enriquez. Now Darren Welp at second base. Still no outs in the top of the second inning. 1-0, that one above the belt, 2-0. 4 walks given up by McCaffrey there on the mound for Akron. 2 in each of the first 2 innings to this point. Glances back to second. Next delivery, bounces in the dirt, gets away from Lucero, and a lengthy window of opportunity for Welp to advance to third. So that one's going to be another wild pitch for McCaffrey. So now Welp at third. Wray just trying to inch even closer to Akron. 3-0 count to Enriquez. Here's the next delivery, misses above the belt. It's a 4-pitch walk, so 3 batters faced and 3 walks surrendered in the inning for McCaffrey. So base runners on the corners. Now here's the end of the batting order for Wray. It is Carson Rockwell, first plate appearance of his high school career. Freshman, of course. First pitch for Rockwell, bounces in the dirt. Lucero keeps it close. Neither base runner for Wray getting any ideas there, so a 1-0 count to Rockwell. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on KRDZ. To Rockwell, misses above the zone, so now a 2-0 count to Rockwell. Akron, of course, coming into the contest on the heels of a 18-6 victory on the road at Haxton. They fell down 1-0 after the first inning, but they were able to reel off 11 runs in the top of the second inning to take control and able to cruise home from there. Pitch wild in the dirt, gets away from Lucero, and that's going to bring home a run and advance Enriquez all the way to third, as the throw to third also gets away, but Enriquez going to stay there. So another wild pitch from McCaffrey, and that's going to bring home a run. So Welp comes in to score on the wild pitch. Wray now trails Akron by just 1 run. It's now 4-3 in the top of the second. Still nobody down with Yahir Enriquez just 1 base away from tying this one up. Rockwell, meanwhile, with a 3-0 count. Next delivery well above the zone. And 4 batters and 4 walks surrendered by McCaffrey. 6 walks surrendered overall. Still no base hits for the Eagles in this ball game as well. And here is a mound visit now for McCaffrey. Again, just pitched in 1 inning of those first 2 games in Haxton on Tuesday. No hits in that one, but again, 3 walks in that 1 inning. So just very small sample size right there, but that same sample size continuing into this game. Again, now pitching in 2 full innings on the season and surrendering 9 total walks. Bit too many for any pitcher, especially, again, even just a small sample size like that, but not what you want, especially from your starter, because Akron might have to consider going already into their bullpen right here. They're going to continue with McCaffrey on the mound, but his leash is going to get a little bit tighter right here, you'd think, of course, with all these walks that he's surrendering. Wray is just creating all these runs and really not even putting the ball in play. Got an RBI ground out from Chris Arandula in the top of the first inning. 2 ground outs there as well, but otherwise, ball hasn't even been put in play, and Wray's been able to scored 3 runs and currently has a situation where they have nobody out and they have base runners on the corners. So Enriquez at third, Rockwell at first. Top of the order is back. It's Joey Wymira. Shortstop for Wray in his junior season, stepping back to the plate. He was the first of these 6 walks today to lead off the ball game, and he scored the first run of the game. First pitch to Wymira. He's showing bunt. That one misses below the zone, and Rockwell is able to snag the bag, but Enriquez, and he's trapped between home and third, and he's going to be tagged out at the plate. So Rockwell stole second, and meanwhile Enriquez thought he might as well try to steal home as well, but that one was a bit unsuccessful for him as Lucero was able to get the ball that was rolling away from him, and Enriquez in a bit of a pickle right there, so he's going to be tagged out. Rockwell does move up to second. Not an official stolen base, of course. No throw was made on the play. Wymira showing bunt on that first pitch, credited with a strike, so an 0-1 count. Next delivery swung on and missed on a pitch that was above the zone. So now they actually fixed the scoreboard right there. So that first pitch was a ball, now a 1-1 count to Joey Wymira. Base runner at second. Still 4-3 in favor of Akron. Pitch misses into the dirt. Lucero able to get the ball that rolled a couple of feet in front of him. Two 2-1 count for Wymira. Base runner at second. 1 down in the inning. Very slow pace so far, approaching the hour mark of this game, and we're only in the top of the second. A lot of walks for both pitchers here. Next pitch misses above the belt, so Wymira now finds himself ahead 3-1. Wymira, one of the 6 returners last season, .370 batting average, had 17 hits and 46 at-bats. Came home to score 22 runs, also had himself 8 RBIs on the season as well. Next pitch finds the lower inside corner of the plate. That runs it full 3-2 to Wymira. Wymira was also walked 8 times last season, struck out 9 times. 3-2, this one is a fly ball into foul territory. It's going to go over the Wray Eagles dugout along the first baseline. Another payoff pitch coming from Ryan McCaffrey. Payoff pitch one more time, misses above the zone. It's another walk, so 5 batters and 5 walks in the second inning. It's now 7 walks given up by Ryan McCaffrey in this one. So now base runners at first and second from Rockwell and Wymira, of course. Now Ashton Rogers stepping in for his second time today. Rogers 0-1. He grounded out to first unassisted in the first inning for the first out at that time. First pitched on the inside, but missed for a 1-0 count. Rogers gets back in. McCaffrey is set. Here's the 1-0. Ooh, that one got Rogers on his backside, and that's going to be a hit batter. So hit by pitch right there. That's going to load the bases. So not really the way you want to get on base, but I'm sure Rogers is not necessarily going to argue, of course, a free base. Anybody will take it. That'll help his on-base percentage when it's all said and done. And looks like Akron is officially pulling Ryan McCaffrey. So we will have a reliever right here for Akron. And we are going to step aside in the meantime. So, 1 out in the top of the second inning. Wray with the bases loaded. They trail Akron 4-3 on KRDZ. back to Akron, Colorado. Top of the second inning. Wray with the bases loaded with only one down in the inning. First relief pitcher of the day for Akron. It's going to be Hunter Molt taking over for Ryan McCaffrey. So in 1 1/3 inning, McCaffrey surrendering no hits, but 7 walks. Got 1 strikeout and allowed 3 runs so far. Of course, all 3 base runners as the first pitch misses off the plate, and that's going to advance each base runner up 1 base. So already for Molt, a wild pitch, and that's going to bring home a run. Now 2 base runners in scoring position, and we are tied at 4. So that run, of course, going to count against Ryan McCaffrey. That was his base runner, as that was Rockwell coming in to score. Not a good look there, of course, in relief for Molt, already allowing a run. So we're tied up at 4, back to a 0-0 ball game, if you will, as the next pitch misses off the plate to Arambula. He now is ahead in the count, 2-0. Molt so far on the season in the first 2 games against Haxton for Akron. Pitched in 2 innings, gave up 6 runs, 3 of them earned. Another one misses in the dirt, and that's going to bring home another run. So now, coming home to score is Joey Wymura, and Ashton Rogers moves up to 3rd. So 2 wild pitches here for Molt. Brings in 2 runs. Both runs will, of course, count towards Ryan McCaffrey's ERA. So now McCaffrey with 5 runs, all of them earned to his name in this one. 5-4. Wray now in front of Akron, scoring 4 runs in the inning, as Arambula going to ground this one to shortstop. He's going to make the throw to first to get the guaranteed out. Rogers, meanwhile, stays at 3rd base. So Arambula 0 for 2 in this one, both ground outs. However, he does have an RBI. He was able to bring in Wymura in the first inning. So 2 away in the inning. Molt able to get the out in his first base runner. However, a couple of wild pitches bringing in 2 base runners. So Camden Riggleman steps in for Wray. Base runner at 3rd, 2 away. Swing and a miss for Riggleman. Riggleman walked in his first plate appearance. Also has himself a stolen base. Still no hits in the ball game for Wray. That was just the 3rd time the ball was put in play on Arambula's ground out. He has actually 2 times he's put the ball in play, both a ground out unassisted to first base and then there to shortstop. Next pitch was in the dirt. Now a 1-1 count to Riggleman. Molt glances to Rogers at 3rd, makes the 1-1 delivery. It misses high and inside. 2 balls and a strike to Riggleman. Camden Riggleman last season, 18 hits and 48 at-bats for a .375 batting average. Had himself 6 doubles and 1 triple to his name. 2-1 to Riggleman, misses in the dirt, 3-1. However, Lucero behind the plate able to keep that one close, so Rogers stays at 3rd. 3-1 count to Riggleman. Good chance to at least get on base right here, if not bring home another run. Wray now leads 5-4, of course. 4 runs scored in this inning, and this one swung on and missed. That runs the count full. 3-2 for Camden Riggleman. Trying to avoid a strikeout right here. Riggleman led the team last year, 16 strikeouts to his name. Him and Andrew Trejo last year striking out a lot as the pitch missed off the plate. That's going to be another walk. This time the first walk surrendered by Hunter Molt in relief. And that puts base runners on the corners. Riggleman at 1st and Ashton Rogers at 3rd. 2 away in the inning. And now at the plate is Eddie Estrada. Estrada 0 for 1, on the game. He struck out swinging to end the first inning for Wray. And Molt is going to step off, takes a look there at Riggleman at first, but doesn't make a throw, but that does make Riggleman dive back in. Molt gets set. First pitch to Estrada. That one misses inside, and a uncontested stolen base for Riggleman. He moves up to second without a throw. 2 base runners in scoring position for Wray. 2 down in the inning. A 1-0 count to Estrada. Riggleman getting a big lead there off of second, but not that he can go anywhere, of course, with Rogers there at third, and this one going to be lined directly to the shortstop there. That is Phila, and that's going to retire the side. So all 9 batters for Wray able to get to the plate in the second inning, and they're able to score 4 runs to take the lead 5-4 over Akron, and they're able to do it all without a single hit. They were able to do it on a total of 6 walks and 1 hit by pitch. Score is 5-4 in favor of Wray. Bottom of the second inning is next on KRDZ. Bottom of the second inning between Wray and Akron. Wray with a 5-4 lead. Connor Dockery on KRDZ. Already a reliever for Wray. Joey Wymura now a chance on the mound for the Eagles as the first pitch swung on and popped up to first. And getting under it is Rice Peterson. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Joey Wymura there on the mound. That was, of course, Anderson Phila with that pop out. So a very good start for Joey Wymura on the mound in relief. Couple adjustments as well. Welp moving to shortstop, and moving to second base is Carson Rockwell from catcher, and now Arambula is the catcher. First pitch is going to be in the zone for a strike for Evan Vogt. Scored the first run for Akron there in the bottom of the first inning. He was walked in that first plate appearance. Next one misses for a ball. Here's the 1-1. This one popped foul into the parking lot. That's going to bring Vogt down in the count, 1-2 to Waimura. So Arambula getting the start in this one and pulled after the first inning. He allowed 1 hit, 5 walks for 4 runs, all of them earned. He did have 6 wild pitches as well. Meanwhile, pitch is in the dirt for Waimura. That's going to even up Evan Vogt to a 2-2 count. Already one down in the inning. No base runners on for Akron. Here's the 2-2. This one grounded, cuts foul on the third base line. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vogt, as I mentioned, a walk in the first inning and a run scored off of one of those 6 wild pitches from Arambula. 2-2 from Waimura. That one drops in, foul tip, dude. Just got a piece of that one. So Vogt stays alive right here. Waimura trying to have some success this season on the mound. His brother Sam Waimura last season, one of the 3 primary pitchers by the Eagles last season. 2-2 one more time to Vogt. That one misses in the dirt. 3-2 count. So Waimura, big pitch coming up. Doesn't want to give up the first base runner of the inning. Let's start off an inning with 2 outs right here, depending on what happens. And it's going to, called strike 3, gets the bottom right corner of the zone. So Waimura with his first strikeout of the season. It comes in relief, and he's able to punch out Evan Vogt without a swing. So 2 batters and 2 outs. Very good start so far in relief for Waimura here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch misses below the zone to Xavier Livesey for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 count to Livesey. This one swung on, goes in foul territory, and Peterson able to get under it for the third out. So 3 batters and 3 outs for Joey Waimura in relief, and that retires the side. So no hits, no runs, no errors. We now head towards the top of the third inning with Wray still in front of Akron, 5-4 on KRDZ. top of inning number 3 in Akron. Wray with a 5-4 lead. Game 1 of a doubleheader. This top of the 3rd inning is brought to you by EZ Irrigation. From Zematic center pivots to turf equipment, ATVs, side-by-sides, and hustler mowers, EZ Irrigation has you covered. Already another reliever here for Akron. Now on the mound is the freshman Caleb Poss. So Ryan McCaffrey getting the start. Ended up just pitching 1 1/3 innings. Surrendered 6 walks, no hits, 1 strikeout, and 5 runs. Hunter Molt came in relief in the top of the 2nd inning, pitched 2/3 of the inning, and gave up 1 walk. However, 2 of his wild pitches brought in 2 of McCaffrey's base runners. And now here is Poss. So Akron already going with a bunch of different pitchers here in this one. Meanwhile, Peterson leaving off the inning with a 3-1 count. Couple of pitches in the dirt so far from Poss. Peterson so far walked there to lead off the top of the 2nd inning. And pitches in the dirt, it's going to be a 5-pitch walk. So 2 plate appearances, 2 walks for Rice Peterson.
Darren Welp.
Darren Welp steps in. He was also walked in his first plate appearance, and he was able to get an RBI on that walk, as well as Peterson was able to come home to score. The walk, the pitch that issued the walk, I should say, bounced in the dirt up from the catcher, Ty Lucero. An uncontested steal, meanwhile, from Peterson, so he moves up to 2nd without a throw. The pitch that issued the walk to Welp in the top of the 2nd inning bounced off of Lucero and went up and out of play. So meanwhile, as a result of that, that allowed Welp on the walk to advance to 2nd base and allowed Peterson to advance home. Don't see plays like that every day. Here is the 0-1 to Welp, able to swing, slightly make contact, but still a strike. 0-2. Poss trying to have more success there on the mound than his 2 teammates before him. Trying to get up the pace of this game a little bit quicker, as the first 2 innings just really went very slowly here in game 1, as the next pitch is swung on, grounded in the dirt, fouled. It'll be another 0-2 count for Darren Welp. Welp has since moved to shortstop. He started the game at 2nd base, but after Wymura was brought in relief on the mound, shifted a couple of positions there in the outfield. 0-2 for Welp, that one in the dirt. Lucero keeps it close, and that's going to bring the count to 1-2 to Darren Welp. Rice Peterson staying at 2nd base. So Poss in the doubleheader on Tuesday with Haxton, pitching in 1 inning, surrendered 1 walk, and struck out 3. Another pitch misses in the dirt. So now a 2-ball, 2-strike count for Darren Welp. Trying to get that first out of the inning. Doesn't want to allow contact right here. 2-2 for Welp. That one misses in the dirt, gets away from Lucero behind the plate, and that allows Peterson to move up to 3rd. Wray with a great opportunity to extend their lead here. The large lead of the game so far, just 1 run. They led 1-0 after the top of the 1st inning, and then currently leading 5-4 after trailing 4-1 after the bottom of the 1st inning. So now Lucero comes up to have a quick chat with Poss, trying to work up a game plan of how to approach this situation. 3-2 count to Darren Welp, base runner on 3rd. Poss gets set. Here's the payoff pitch, and that one misses above the belt. It's going to be a 6-pitch walk.
Now batting number 21, Tahir.
So 2 batters faced, 2 walks surrendered. A total in this game of 10 walks for Akron. 7 by McCaffrey in his start, 1 by Moulton, now 2 from Pass. Here is Yahir Enriquez stepping in. Runners on the corners with no outs as the first pitch gets the lower outside corner of the plate for a called strike 1. Enriquez drawing a walk in his first plate appearance today. Here is the 0-1, swung on and miss on an inside pitch, and advancing up to second base is Darren Welp, an uncontested steal. Saw this a lot last season. Wray trying to steal as many bases as they can, and again, many of them, just like last season, uncontested without a throw. Doesn't officially count in the stats as a steal as the pitch misses in the dirt, gets away from Lucero, and Peterson able to advance home to score. Welp moves up to third, and Wray extends their lead to 2 runs over Akron, 6-4. Nobody out still in the top of the third inning. Count meanwhile a 1-2 count to Enriquez. So Peterson comes home to score. 2 wild pitches in this inning from Pass. That's his first run surrendered. Pitch misses in the dirt. Now a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Enriquez. Pass gets set. Here's the 2-2. That one inside part of the plate, but couldn't quite get the corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Second consecutive batter with a payoff pitch. Pass couldn't get it last time against Welp. He surrendered the walk. We'll see if Pass can try to get the first out of the inning right here. Pitch thrown, and it's going to be a swing and a miss. So Enriquez down on strikes for the first time this season as Pass gets that strikeout, and there is the first out of the inning. So 1 down in the top of the third. Darren Welp, base runner there at third base, and here is Carson Rockwell, batter number 9 in the order for Wray, as the pitch gets the lower outside corner of the zone for a called strike 1. 0-1 for the lefty batter Carson Rockwell. Pass set once again. Here's the 0-1. That one in the same location and the same result, a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Carson Rockwell as Pass looks like getting his mojo down after getting that last strikeout. Next delivery, this one swung, it's popped to shallow left field, and unable to make the play. 3 total fielders there for Akron coming to make the play, and that's going to be an error. Rockwell able to reach first. Welp not advancing to home on the play as the ball was a little bit too close for him to really make a meaningful run. So it's going to be the first error of the game for either team. It's going to be an E6 right there. Fila just really miscommunication right there with his teammates. Easily could have made that run for that catch, but just couldn't decide who was going to make the catch as the first pitch high and outside for ball 1 for Joey Wymira. Top of the order is back for Wray. One down in the top of the third inning. Base runners on the corners. Wray leads 6-4 over Akron, game 1 in today's doubleheader. Wymira showing bunt. It is low, and a stolen base for Rockwell. Not sure what happened there. Looks like Lucero, not sure he was trying to make the throw for the steal. But did not result in any further base running movement. So now a base runner at second and third for Wray. Still 1 down in the inning. Wymira ahead in the count 2-0. Pass glances at third. Here's the next delivery. That one gets the lower outside corner for a called strike 1. Wymira, 2 plate appearances and 2 walks. Also 2 runs scoring. So Wymira, very solid game for game number 1 this season. Pitch misses high and away. Now 3 balls and a strike. Wymira, another lefty batter here like Rockwell. Pitch swung on, foul tipped in the dirt, and that's going to run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Wymira. Poss trying to get out number 2 here of the inning. Wymira with a great opportunity to drive in some runs. He's going to ground this one, slices foul at the last minute as it headed it towards first base. So everybody moving back to their spots. Payoff delivery one more time to Wymira. Poss so far, 1/3 of an inning. 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and 1 run to his name. Second reliever of the game for Akron. A lot of walks given for both teams as it's a swing and a miss, and 2 strikeouts now for Poss in relief. There is out number 2. Wymira now 0-1 on the young season so far.
Now at bat, number 9.
Ashton Rogers trying to keep the inning alive. 2 down. Base runners on second and third in the form of Darren Welp and Carson Rockwell. Still no hits in the ball game for Wray. First pitch gets the knees for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count for Rogers. Rogers is 0-1, grounded out to first base in the first inning, and then he was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Next delivery is swung on, popped foul behind the plate. So Rogers falls behind 0-2. Count for Rogers. 2 down in the inning. Next delivery is called. Strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. So all 3 outs are on the strikeout for Caleb Poss.
The side is retired. However, Wray is able to tack one more to their lead. 1 run in the inning, no hits, 1 error.
Wray leads 6-4 over Akron. Bottom of the 3rd is next on KRDZ. on the elbow. So 1 pitch and 1 base runner there on the hit by pitch. So Waimira with his first base runner so far. Retired the side in order there in the top of the 2nd inning. Also had a looking strikeout there as well. But now with a leadoff base runner right here, we'll see how he deals under pressure. First pitch to Lucero is called a strike at the knees. So Lucero falls behind 0-1. Lucero so far, he was walked in his first plate appearance. And then he had Jackson Filla come in and pinch run for him. And Filla, as a pinch runner, was able to get a stolen base and a run scored, one of the 4 Akron runs scored in the first inning. So on that foul tipped, it's going to be a 0-2 count for Ty Lucero. Next delivery, swung on. It's a line drive to right field, finds the grass just ahead of Eddie Estrada for a base hit. It's just the 2nd base hit of the game for Akron. Lucero now has himself a single. He's going to be replaced by Jackson Filla once again. Base runner on 1st and 2nd for Akron. Here is Dakota Farnham. Farnham walked in his first plate appearance, and he also scored one of those 4 Akron runs. Here is the first delivery to him. Misses below the zone for a ball. 1-0 the count. So Waimira now. 1 hit and 1 strikeout so far. 1 hit by pitch. Next delivery is foul tip behind the plate. Farnham now even with Waimira. 1 ball and 1 strike. Farnham in 2 games against Haxton so far. 1 hit and 5 at-bats. Does have 2 RBIs. 1 strikeout to his name as well. Next pitch misses the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Waimira still searching for that first out of the inning. 2 base runners in those first 2 batters faced. Pitch misses in the dirt. Arambula couldn't snag it, and that's going to advance both base runners up a base. So McCaffrey moves up to 3rd. Lucero make that Jackson Filla, base pitch runner for Lucero, moves up to 2nd base. And a 3-1 count to Farnham on that wild pitch. Next one swung on and missed. That runs the count full. Farnham now with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Waimira, huge pitch coming up right here. 3-2. That one swung on and lined right to shortstop. And a double play possibility, no. Getting back to 2nd there is Jackson Filla. So a nice snag there, however, for Darren Welp. Line drive there to shortstop. So that's going to be the first out of the inning. And as a result of that play, base runners will stay at 2nd and 3rd. So 1 down. Here is Caleb Pass, I believe it is. It was Hunter Molt pinch hitting for Caleb Pass as he was fielding, but they're now going to have Pass in hitting this time around. Molt in the 1st inning drew a walk. Next pitch, that one misses inside, and a pickoff attempt to 3rd base unsuccessful as McCaffrey able to dive in. Meanwhile, it is a 2 balls and 0 strike count to Pass. Two 2-0. That one misses below the knees. 3 balls and no strikes for Pass. Waimira trying to avoid the walk. No walks issued to his name yet. He does have a hit batter. 3-0. That one right down Main Street for a called strike one. Trying to inch up a little bit closer in this count. Pass so far in the season, 1 hit and 2 at-bats, 2 runs batted in that doubleheader on Tuesday against Haxton. Next one called strike 2 at the knees, and Wymura able to battle his way back from a 3-0 count, and now he runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch. That one swung on and missed. Fantastic pitching from Joey Wymura under pressure. There is out number 2. So that's the second strikeout in relief for Wymura. That's going to bring in Alex Bowen. Wymura glances over to third. Here's the first pitch. That one misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. Bowen with an RBI double in the first inning. 1-0. That one just below the knees. 2-0. Bowen so far on the season, 1 for 4 at the plate. Of course, getting his first hit in his first plate appearance today as he swings and misses for a 2-1 count. Bowen, of course, the freshman, so his first high school career hit there in the first inning. Always with an RBI double. Good way to start off your high school career, I must say, as he swings and misses a second time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Wymura, after a bit of a shaky start to the inning, with a hit batter and a single, now 1 strike away from getting out of it, and he gets strike 3, a swing and a miss for Bowen, and that will retire the side. So after surrendering 2 base runners in his first 2 batters faced of the inning, Wymura able to stay strong and hold off the pressure, get 3 consecutive outs to retire the side. So for Akron, 1 hit, 0 runs, 0 errors, 2 base runners stranded, and we will now head towards the top of the 4th inning. Wray still in front, 6-4 over Akron on KRDZ. Back to Akron, Colorado. Wray with a 6-4 lead in the top of the 4th inning. Connor Dockery on KRDZ, top of the 4th. Brought to you by Slick Spot. For all things on wheels, Slick Spot's got your back. Shop for tires online at slickspotfarmandtruck.com. Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Bit of a rough start for Wray there in the first inning. However, especially at the plate, doing a lot better despite no hits. They have 6 runs there on the board as Chris Arambula leading off the inning for Wray. Swings and misses on the first pitch. Caleb Poss remains on the mound. Second pitch, that one lined to center field. It's going to drop ahead of McCaffrey. And there's the first base hit of the season for the Eagles as Chris Arambula with a leadoff single. So Camden Riggleman looks to continue this going. Wray starting to get their mojo going. They were able to draw 6 walks in the second inning. Drew 2 more walks in the third inning. After 2 walks in the first inning, first pitch is in the dirt for a ball, and Arambula going to use that window to advance up to second base. No throw from Lucero. So a uncontested steal for Chris Arambula. Riggleman ahead in the count, 1-0. Next delivery in the dirt, bounces up and away from Lucero. That advances. The base runner there, Chris Arambula, to third base. Another wild pitch here. 8 total wild pitches from this Akron pitching staff. Now number 3 from Poss in relief. 2-0 the count to Riggleman. Swings and misses on a pitch that's low and away. So Riggleman a little bit upset with himself on that swing. 2 balls and a strike for Riggleman. Base runner on third with nobody out. Wray leads by 2, top of the 4th. Caleb Poss gets back set. Here's the delivery, swung on and missed. So Riggleman, after being ahead 2-0, is now even 2-2. Poss trying to get his first out of the inning. Riggleman so far 2 walks and a stolen base in his 2 plate appearances today. 2-2 delivery. That one misses off the plate, and Riggleman holds off. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Riggleman last season, 15 runs batted into his name in 16 games. Opportunity at a potential RBI right here as the pitch misses off the plate, and he will be walked, but Lucero, the pitch got away from him, and trying to make it a double walk, if you will. Riggleman is successful. The pitch got away from Lucero. That brought in the run, so Riggleman with an RBI double walk, if you will. So Arambula able to come home since the pitch was in the dirt. So another wild pitch there, and Arambula scores the run. Riggleman with a walk and an RBI. First RBI of the season. Chris Arambula first run of the season. Wray extending their lead to 3 runs, 7-4 over Akron. Still no outs in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch in the dirt for Eddie Estrada. Gets ahead in the count, 1-0. Base runner at second, it is Riggleman. Estrada 0-2 in this ball game. A strikeout in the first inning, and then a line out to shortstop in the second inning. Both cases, he retired to the side. Not in a situation where he could end the inning right here with an out. So Estrada, junior, not on the team last year, so trying to get on base for the first time right here. Poss gets set. Here's the 1-1. That one swung on and missed in the dirt, and Estrada wincing on that one. He knew after the fact, dude, that was a bit of a bad swing. So Estrada gets back into the box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Base runner at second. Next one, that one, a line drive to center field, and that's going to be caught by McCaffrey coming out in shallow center field to make the play. Bit of a short run there, so that will be the first out of the inning. So Estrada now 0 for 3 in the ball game. First out. Riggleman staying at second base. That brings in Rice Peterson. So now base runner at second with 1 away in the inning. First delivery to Peterson. That one in the dirt and bounces away from Lucero, and that will advance Riggleman to third on another wild pitch. Riggleman base runner at third. Peterson with 2 walks and 2 runs scored in his first 2 plate appearances. Also a stolen base. Trying to add to Ray's lead here. Here's the 1-0. That one right down Main Street. No swing. And it's going to be called strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Peterson. Haas set once more, 1-1 to Peterson. In the dirt, Lucero able to keep it in his glove this time. 2 balls and a strike to Peterson. Haas with the 2-1. That one right at the knees, a called strike 2. So Peterson being very patient here at the plate, waiting for that good pitch to try to drive in Riggleman. Meanwhile, 2 balls and 2 strikes to his name. Peterson last season, 22 hits and 50 at-bats for a .440 batting average. Pitch misses below the knees again. Count runs full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch right here for Caleb Poss. Base runner at third with 1 down in the inning. So far allowing 1 run. This one swung on, grounded to second, and the throw to first is going to be in time. However, that does bring home Riggleman for the score. So it's an RBI ground out for Rice Peterson. So Riggleman in to score. 2 runs now scoring in the inning for Wray, and the lead is extended 8-4 over Akron. Stepping in now, Darren Welp. First pitch to him right down the middle for a called strike 1. So Poss now in relief. 1 2/3 of an inning, allowing 3 runs on 1 hit, issuing 3 walks and striking out 3 batters. Next delivery is a strike 2 for Welp, now 0-2. So Poss now 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Next delivery is going to be a called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. So Welp, he is struck out, and that will retire the side. So 4 strikeouts in the game for Caleb Poss. Wray leads Akron 8-4 in the inning. 1 hit, 2 runs. No errors, no 1 left on. You're listening to Wray Eagles Baseball. Bottom of the 4th inning next on KRDZ.
Now batting, number 3, Brock Sweetland.
Back to Akron, Colorado, bottom of the 4th inning. Wray doubling up Akron so far 8-4. Connor Dockery live on KRDZ. Leading off the inning for Akron, batter number 9 in the order. It's Brock Sweetland, and the first pitch from Wymira is a called strike 1 on the lower outside portion of the plate. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Sweetland. That one misses high. It's 1-1. Umpire going to clean off home plate right here. A lot of dust to build up. A lot of players sliding in today. Namely a couple of Wray Eagles so far, of course. Akron, of course, having a big first inning themselves at the plate, but ever since Joey Wymira came in, he's been able to prevent Akron from scoring. So far, Wymira, 2 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, allowing 1 hit and hitting 1 batter. And last inning, of course, after having 2 base runners at the start of the inning, including in scoring position with no outs, Wymira was able to stay solid, stay under control, and get 3 consecutive outs to retire the side without allowing a hit. Here's the 1-1 to Sweetland. This one swung on. It's a fly ball to center field, and getting under it to make the catch is Ashton Rogers. So there is out number 1. Good start to the inning for Joey Wymira. Top of the order is back for Akron. Here is Anderson Philla. So far 0 for 2 in the ball game. Had a pop out to foul territory for Rice Peterson for both of his outs. First pitch misses high. It'll be a ball. One ball, no strikes for Anderson Philla. Next one, this one is popped to foul territory over the third baseline, out of play. One nearly nailed somebody there trying to go to the restroom. So, yeah, not a good way if you're trying to find your way to the facilities there. Getting nailed in the head, but ended up hitting the roof just above it. So, a near miss right there, if you will. That's why you always got to keep your head on a swivel when you're at a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1. That one misses on the outside part of the plate. Nearly got Phil to swing, but he was able to check it. 2 balls and a strike to Anderson Philla. 1 out in the inning. Wray leads by 4. Here's the 1-1, 2-1, excuse me. That one's grounded to short, and the throw made to first is in time. A great throw for Darren Welp, having a very solid first game of the season. Defensively, able to catch a line out in the 3rd inning, and here in the 4th inning, able to make the play. So there is 2 outs for Wray. Trying to retire the side in order is Joey Wymira, as Evan Vogt stepping in. Vogt 0-1 today. 0-4-1, I should say. Walked in the first inning, struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Also scored a run there in the first. As the first pitch to him, swung on and missed. No balls and a strike for Evan Vogt. Next delivery, that one is swinging bunt there for Vogt. Wymira covering, he makes the throw to first and retires the side in order. So Wymira doing it all right here, and he is able to, for the 2nd time in 3 innings, get 3 outs with no base runners. So, no runs, no hits, no errors. Wray heading towards the top of the 5th inning with a 8-4 lead over Akron on KRDZ. 8-4, Wray in front of Akron, top of the 5th inning.
Now batting
Another
number 7,
reliever for Akron is on the mound. It's going to be Dakota Farnham. He's going to replace Caleb Pass, pitching in 2 innings, giving up 3 runs on 1 hit, issuing 3 walks, and striking out 4. So Farnham trying to limit Wray here as the first pitch to Enriquez. It's a fly ball to left field, and that one drops for a base hit. So Enriquez with his first base hit of the season. It's going to be in for a single. So Farnham,
now batting number 1,
not the start to the inning he wanted there on the mound in relief. 1 pitch and 1 hit as Carson Rockwell steps in. Batter number 9 in the order for Wray. So far in this one, he is 0 for 1, walked in the 2nd inning, able to score a run, and then reached on an error in the 3rd inning. First delivery to Rockwell misses away off the plate for ball 1. So far pitching this season in those 2 games to Haxton, pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs, and did not have any walks or strikeouts. Pitch called strike 1 on the outside edge. Stolen base attempt. And it looks like Enriquez is in time. So a successful steal there for Enriquez. It's the 3rd successful stolen base on the game officially for Wray, of course. For it to officially count, defense needs to make a throw. That time, Lucero's throw not in time. Pitch way off the mark, and that's going to be a wild pitch, advancing Enriquez up to 3rd base. So Farnham with a wild pitch there. A 2-1 count to Rockwell, and with 0 outs in the inning, Wray has another base runner there, just 1 base away. Trying to extend their already 4-run lead, scoring 7 runs unanswered. They fell behind 4-1 at the end of the 1st inning. But Wray so far since able to score 4 runs in the 2nd inning to regain the lead. Added another one in the 3rd and then scored 2 more in the 4th. Pitch was in the dirt there. 3 balls and a strike now to Rockwell. Potential walk for the 2nd time of the game for Rockwell, perhaps right here. This one swung on foul, tipped over the 3rd baseline. 3 balls and 2 strikes, a big payoff pitch coming up for Farnham. Best case for him would be a strikeout right here, so he would be able to get the out without risking Enriquez coming home from 3rd. 3-2, that one on the inside edge did not get the call, and that's going to be a walk. So Rockwell with the walk for the 2nd time of the game. It's the first walk issued by Farnham on the season. So now Joey Wymura back in the box, top of the order. Returns for Wray. 0 outs and base runners on the corners. See what kind of damage Wymura can do. So far 0 for 1 with the strikeouts, but he has been walked twice and scoring 2 runs in the process. First pitch misses on the inside edge, and Rockwell, uncontested, moves up to 2nd base. So a free double, if you will, right there for Rockwell. Even though he was walked, he didn't get a base hit, but the point still stands. 1-0 the count to Wymura, misses well above the zone for another ball. 2-0 the count. 2 base runners in scoring position. No outs. Wray leads Akron by 4 in the top of the 5th inning. Still game 1 of this 2-game doubleheader. 2-0, swung on, line drive to left field. That one finds the ground, and it's going to be a base hit for Wymura, his first of the season, and it comes along with an RBI as well. So an RBI single for Joey Wymura. He's going to bring home Enriquez to score. So Enriquez scoring his first run of the season. Wray now leads 9-4 over Akron. Also, Rockwell advancing to third base on that hit. That is just the second hit of the game for Wray. First delivery in the dirt for Rogers, and as a result, it's going to allow Waimura to advance up to second base. No contest. So now two base runners in scoring position with nobody down in the inning. Rogers ahead in the count, 1-0. Rogers himself going to dust off the plate right here as he gets back set. Farnham getting set in his stance. 1-0. That one swung on, tipped in the dirt. Going to be ruled a dead ball. So it's going to be a 1-1 count. Rogers going to go over to Coach Vlashine there at third base. Getting some words there from his head coach. Meanwhile, Farnham and Lucero meeting there at home plate. Rogers picks up his bat, goes back to the box. Everybody getting back in their spots here. Quick break here from Akron. Rolling on through this one. Very long first two innings here. However, the 2 innings since going a little bit quicker here as Rogers grounds this one to short, and trouble picking it up, and the throw to first is not in time. Unable to make the pickup there was Phila, and that's going to be an error right there, and it's going to bring home a run on the play. So that's the second error of the game for Akron. It's going to be another E6, so Anderson Phila with 2 errors to his name on the game. So Rockwell able to score on the play. Waimura advancing to third base, so now runners on the corners. And another reliever will enter the game for Akron. So we're going to step aside here. Wray now leads Akron 10-4. Top of the 5th inning, no outs on KRDZ. Still top of the 5th inning here. Wray extending their lead, tacking on 2 more runs in the inning with no outs. They lead at 10-4 over Akron. And another reliever there on the mound. It's going to be Brock Sweetland. Chris Arambula now in the box. First pitch well inside. Arambula having to duck out of the way of that one. And no throw on the stolen base there for Ashton Rogers. So another free steal there as Wray now has 2 base runners in scoring position. Rogers now at second, and Waimura at third. Pitch is in the dirt, bounces off Lucero, and another wild pitch there. That's going to bring in another run for Wray. Waimura coming home to score. Rogers advances to second. Wray now leads 11-4 over Akron. They just continue to pile it on here. 3 runs scoring in the inning. Still no outs. So Arambula gets back set there in the box. That run, of course, going to count towards Dakota Farnham. So, unfortunately for him, going to have a sky-high ERA, of course. Pitched 2/3 of an inning in that doubleheader with Haxton on Tuesday, but was unable to get an out here in relief here. So for today's ball game, Farnham has an infinite ERA. Meanwhile, 3-0 count to Arambula. Now just a base runner there at third. It's Rogers. Here's the 3-0 to Arambula. That one below the knees. It's a 4-pitch walk. First time today Arambula has been walked. That's honestly a little bit surprising. Of all the walks that has been issued today from this Akron pitching staff, just one walk drawn by Arambula. Base runners on the corners. Camden Riggleman now steps to the plate. Riggleman has 3 of the walks from Akron. 3 of 13 walks now, I should say. So base runners on the corners. 0 outs. Wray leads by 7 and a step off by Sweetland on the mound. He doesn't like the lead that Arambula's getting there off first. So now he's keeping his eye there at first. Arambula trying to just toy with him here. And a step off here. Couple of fake throws from Sweetland. And Arambula gets back to first again. So Arambula certainly getting into Sweetland's head right here. Not what you want as a pitcher, especially inheriting a messy situation like he has. Pitch misses. Ooh, that is going to be a called strike 1, lower right corner. However, another uncontested steal. Arambula moving up to second base. Base runners on second and third now for Wray. No outs in the inning. An 0-1 count to Riggleman. Pitch bounces in the dirt. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Riggleman, as I mentioned, 3 walks drawn in the game. RBI scored, also runs scored, and a stolen base to his name as well. 1-1 in the dirt. That one doesn't get too far away from Lucero behind home plate. So now a 2 balls in 1 strike count for Riggleman. This one, it's going to be popped right into the infield and unable to make the catch. So, oh my goodness, another error right here. This time, error's going to be coming to Bowen. Just could not get under it. The sun perhaps was in his eyes right there. So that's now 3 errors on the game for Akron. This time an E4. 2 E6s and an E4. And the bases are now loaded for the Eagles. Eddie Estrada now steps in. No outs in the inning as well. They just keep growing this scary situation there on the mound for Brock Sweetland. Here's the first delivery. That one couldn't drop in the zone. It's going to be a ball. Estrada so far 0 for 3 with a strikeout as well. So Estrada trying to turn that around here, and a good opportunity right here. 1-0. That one couldn't get the top of the zone either. 2 balls and no strikes. This is Brock Sweetland's first action on the mound so far today. Did not pitch in either of the games against Haxton on Tuesday, as the next delivery gets the knees. This time it's called a strike. 2 balls and a strike for Estrada. Here is the 2-1. That one misses high and away. 3-1 the count for Estrada. Bases loaded. No outs. Top of the 5th inning. Wray already bringing home 3 runs in the inning as well. They lead Akron 11-4. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Pitch misses on the lower inside. That's going to be a walk. So the first time that Estrada has made it on base, I should say, and it's going to give him an RBI as well, as that's going to force home a run. Walk with the bases loaded. That's going to lead to Ashton Rogers
Now batting number
making it
7.
home. So Rogers scores the run. 4 runs scored in the inning for Wray, and they lead Akron 12-4. Best case for them, if they can get 2 more runs in this inning and then allow 0 runs in the bottom of the inning, they could get a mercy rule as the grounder to second base for Peterson. That's going to get him out. So finally the first out of the inning. However, he does bring home another run. So 2 RBI groundouts for Bryce Peterson.
Now batting number 8.
So that's going to bring home Chris Arambula. Finally first out of the inning there for Brock Sweetland. But still base runners in scoring position to deal with. Base runner on second and third as Darren Welp steps into the plate. All 9 batters now getting a chance here this inning. Second time that this has happened for Wray in this ball game. Their second inning where they were able to score 4 runs as well. They were able to do that same thing. Wray leads by 9 now as a swing and a miss. Welp now falls behind 0-2. Once again, if Wray can score 1 more run here in the top of the 5th inning and give up 0 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning, they will be rewarded with the mercy rule victory. Rules from Chassa: you need to have a 20-plus run lead after 3, 15-plus run lead after 4, or a 10-plus run lead after 5. Meanwhile, called strike 3 for Darren Welp. That's going to be a strikeout, so 0 for 2 today for Welp with 2 walks. Both of them strikeouts. So Sweetland in relief, able to get 2 outs. Still looking for 1 more. However, the second time this inning that Enriquez able to get an at-bat. Get a plate appearance at least, I should say, as the first pitch called strike 1 on the lower right corner. So Enriquez falls behind 0-1. Trying to get this run. 2 base runners in scoring position. Wray leads by 9. Trying to have their chance to end this first game early. Next pitch, that one couldn't graze the top of the zone. 1 ball and a strike for Enriquez. So far in this one, 1 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd inning and a single in the 5th inning. Also drew a walk in the 2nd. Next pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. So far in relief here, Sweetland giving up 2 walks. Gave up a run that was Arambula coming home to score. Of course, the previous 4 runs in the inning were credited to Farnham. Also a hit for Sweetland as well. Meanwhile, pitch in the dirt again. 3 balls and a strike for Enriquez. Trying to go for another walk here. 3-1, misses. Oh no, it gets a called strike 2 on the knees. So instead of loading the bases, it's going to be a full count for Enriquez. Huge pitch coming up for Brock Sweetland there on the mound. The difference between ending the inning and extending an already very lengthy inning is right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is going to be called strike 3 on the lower right corner. So that retires the side. So very long inning there for the Wray Eagles. 2 hits, 2 errors, 5 runs scored for Wray. And they lead Akron by 9, heading towards the bottom of the 5th inning, which is up next on KRDZ. bottom of the fifth inning, Wray versus Akron. The Eagles with a 13-4 lead over the Rams. Connor Dockery on KRDZ, leading off the bottom of the fifth. Xavier Livesey so far 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So trying to turn his game offensively around as well as Wymira. First pitch, that's going to nail Livesey on the back. So the second batter that Wymira has drilled with a pitch right here.
Ryan McCaffrey.
So for the second time in 4 innings, Wymira with a leadoff base runner. However, the other time this happened was the 3rd inning. Allowed 2 base runners to get into scoring position before getting 3 consecutive outs. So we'll see if Wymira can stay clutch here, if you will. Pickoff attempts to first unsuccessful. Livesey able to dive back in. Ryan McCaffrey now at the plate for Akron. Here's the first delivery. That one, check swing. He held up in time. Pitch was in the dirt, and it's going to be a ball. 1-0 the count for McCaffrey. No official at-bat here. He drew a walk in the first inning, able to also steal a base, and then he was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning as well. Another check swing on a pitch in the dirt. He held off in time that time as well. 2 balls, no strikes for Ryan McCaffrey, trying to find a way to advance Livesey on the bases. Meanwhile, pickoff attempt for Livesey. He's able to dive back in. Joey Wymira keeping a close eye there at first base for Livesey. Here's the 2-0. That one in the dirt again. So Wymira, maybe that lengthy top of the 5th inning for Wray might have been a bad thing there for Joey Wymira. Kept him off the mound a little bit too long and got him unwarmed up, if you will. 3 balls, no strikes. Pitch gets a called strike 1 on the lower left corner. 3-1 now for McCaffrey as Wymira trying to inch his way back into this count. Pitch misses. 5-pitch walk, McCaffrey. Second walk today. It's also the first walk issued by Wymira in relief. But now he, once again, is dealing with 2 base runners with no outs. We'll see if he can hold firm just like the 3rd inning. First pitch here, that one gets called strike 1 on the lower right corner to Ty Lucero, stepping in for the 3rd time today. Able to make it on base both times as well. Walked in the 1st inning. Single in the 3rd inning. Both times he had Jackson Phila as his pinch runner on bases. Another pitch called strike 2 at the knees. So Lucero falling behind 0-2 to Wymira. Wymira searching for that first out. Here's the 0-2. That one misses in the dirt, and a steal attempt, and he's nailed at 3rd. Xavier Livesey trying to move from 2nd to 3rd, but Arambula able to snag it in the dirt and make a fantastic throw to 3rd as Livesey is caught stealing for the first out. Great throw from Arambula. Now 1 down in the inning with Ryan McCaffrey there at first as the base runner. And a 1-2 count for Ty Lucero. Here is the delivery, and that one misses low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lucero steps back in, couple of practice swings. Wymira is set, 2-2 delivery, swung on and missed. There was another strikeout for Wymira. It's going to be the 4th strikeout of the game for Wymira in relief. And there is out number 2. Dakota Farnham checking in. Goes back, looks like he's going to be a pitch pinch hitter right here. He's going to go back to the dugout, and coming in, it's going to be Merrick Charney, freshman for Akron. So Merrick Charney getting his first cuts in this one. So far, 1 hit and 2 at-bats in that doubleheader against Haxton on Tuesday. Trying to keep the bottom of the 5th inning alive. First pitch swung on and missed. Wymira now ahead in the count 0-1 to Charney. Base runner there on first. See, just like the 3rd inning, Wymira giving up 2 quick base runners and then able to hold firm, get 3 consecutive outs. Swing and a miss. Throw attempt at second on the steal. The throw is offline. So successful steal there for Ryan McCaffrey to keep things interesting right here, as Wymira now has a base runner in scoring position for Akron. But an 0-2 count to Charney, so still a good opportunity on this next pitch to get out of the inning unscathed. 0-2, misses low and away, but Arambula able to make a good snag. Doesn't give McCaffrey any bright ideas. 1-2 count, 2 down in the inning. Next pitch, swung on and missed, and we'll leave it right there. Back-to-back strikeouts for Joey Wymira. Strikeout number 5 of the game, and heading towards the top of the 6th inning. So Wray, once again, allowing no runs since the 1st inning. No hits, no runs, no errors. Wray still leads 13-4 over Akron. Top of the 6th is next on KRDZ. Top of the 6th, Wray back at the plate for the second to last time of this one. It'll be Carson Rockwell leading things off for the Eagles, who lead 13-6 over Akron. Connor Dockery on KRDZ. Still on the mound is Brock Sweetland, came in the middle of the 5th inning. Farnham in relief, unable to get any outs in that 5th inning. So Sweetland able to come in, get all 3 outs. However, in the process, allowed 2 walks and 1 run, did get 2 strikeouts as well. First pitch to Rockwell in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 delivery. That one swung on. It's going to be a fly ball in foul territory along the 3rd baseline. That'll make the count 1-1. Rockwell in this one 0 for 1 at the plate. He was walked twice, able to score 2 runs on each of those walks, and then he reached on an error. So he has been able to get on base all 3 times today for his plate appearances. Next pitch misses high and away. 2 balls and a strike. Gonna have a step off here for Sweetland. Gonna get reset there on the mound. 2-1. Rockwell, big swing and a miss there. Couldn't make contact. 2-2. Sweetland trying to start the inning off with a out. Of course, can't fault him for the bad situation he inherited on the mound in the previous inning. So now it's on him to try to get off on the right track. Swing. This one going to be grounded to short. Pick up and throw in time to first. It's a ground out for Carson Rockwell. Fila able to make the throw from short to Livesay in time. And there's out number 1.
Now batting number 3, Joey Wymera.
So now Rockwell 0 for 2 on the ball game. Here comes the top of the order. It'll be Joey Wymera. So far in this one, 1 for 2, drawing 2 walks, getting a RBI single, striking out, and also scoring 3 runs. First pitch to him is going to miss just below the knees. 1 ball, 0 strikes. Joey Wymera, one of the better batters in the Wray lineup, a .975 on base plus slugging. Another pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes for Wymera. 17 hits, although largely a singles hitter. 14 of his 17 hits were singles. Wymera, a 2-0 count and a 3-0 count as another one lands in the dirt. Luckily for Ty Lucero, there were no base runners on as another one got away from him that was in the dirt. Everybody getting back in their positions. Wymera, a 3-0 count. Next delivery, that one grounded in the gap between third and short. And there's going to be the second consecutive base hit for Joey Wymera. Throw back in, gets away. So that's going to bring Wymera to second base. So, my oh my.
Now batting number
So it's going to be a base hit for Wymera with an error on the play. It's going to be an E7. 4th error of the game for Akron. So just like that, 1 out in the inning and a base runner in scoring position. Ashton Rogers steps in. Rogers in this one 0 for 2. First delivery to him. Couldn't graze the zone. It dropped to the lower right corner, but missed. 1 ball, no strikes. Rogers grounded out in the first inning, hit by a pitch in the second inning, struck out swinging in the third inning, and then he reached on an error in the 5th inning, but was able to score a run. So I beg your pardon, he is 0 for 3 on the ball game. Next pitch, able to get the zone. Now a 1-1 count for Rogers. Sweetland gets the call, glances at second. Here's the 1-1. That one called strike 2 on the outer edge. Sweetland trying to get out number 2 right here. Doesn't want to accumulate the base runners like some of his previous pitchers that he's relieved in this one. Next one, this one grounded right to short. Phila having trouble making the pickup. The throw to first, way late. So Rogers able to make it on base. It's still 1 out. Now a base runner on first and second with Chris Arambula stepping in.
Now batting number 4, Chris Arambula.
Going to be another E6, a rough fielding game for Anderson Phila. Just a couple of bad pickups. Some of those that bounce in the dirt have just eaten him up so far in this one. It's 3 errors to his name. 3 of the 4 errors of the inning, of the game, I should say, are on him. So Arambula steps back in. First pitch to him, inside. Ooh, this one straight shot there to the dugout for Akron. Hopefully nobody got hit there. Both coaches there checking it out, and a couple of laughs here and a thumbs up there from one of the Akron coaches. So looks like we are good to go. A couple of laughs as well. So looks like somebody made a pretty good dodge there in the dugout as well. So thankfully, those cat-like reflexes avoiding a potentially bad situation right there. So it's just going to be a foul ball for Chris Arambula. He falls behind 0-1 to Brock Sweetland. Looks like we're still waiting on something there in the dugout before proceeding. So, all right, we are good to go. No injuries there for Akron there on that straight shot from Arambula right to the dugout. Let's get back to the ball game. 0-1 the count to Arambula, 1 down in the inning, and next one is a swing. This one going to go to deep left field, and that one's going to find the glass over the head of Vogt, and this one's going to be trouble. Arambula safely making it to second base, and it's going to score a run. So it's a RBI double for Chris Arambula. That one is going to score Joey Wymura. Wray now extending their lead to 10, 14-4 over Akron. Base runners now at second and third in the form of Ashton Rogers and Chris Arambula. Camden Riggleman now stepping in for Wray. Looks like we're waiting right here. Something right there from Coach Vlashin there at third base. Thinking about making some adjustments perhaps, but nope, we're good to go. Riggleman gets set in the box. Sweetland with the first delivery. Swung on, and that one, a line drive to right field. Drops right below the outfielder, and that's going to plate 2 more runs for the Eagles. So it's a 2 RBI single for Camden Riggleman. That is his first base hit of the season. He now has 3 RBIs on the game, and Wray extending their lead. They now lead 16-4 over Akron, and we're going to have a mound visit here for Brock Sweetland. So 3 base hits in the inning and 3 runs scoring. So after all those walks there at the start of the game, took Wray a very long time before they got their first base hit. Didn't get it until the leadoff hit in the top of the 4th inning from Chris Arambula. Since then, Wray able to get 5 total base hits, and they're able to continue to extend their lead. And it looks like another relief pitcher coming in for Akron. We're going to step aside one more time. Wray leads 16-4, top of the 6th inning with 1 out over Akron on KRDZ. Barrick Charney now on the mound for the Akron Rams. Wray leads 16-4 as Brock Sweetland able to pitch all 3 outs in the 5th inning, but could only get the 1 out there in this top of the 6th inning before things started to get ugly, allowing 3 runs on 3 hits here to start the inning. Not what he wanted, of course. Currently in the box now, it's Eddie Estrada with a 2-1 count. Just now a swing and a miss. So 2-1 the count to Estrada, 1 down, 1 base runner now on first. It is Camden Riggleman. 2-1, that one grazes the belt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Charney trying to get this quick out here. This is also Charney's first action on the mound on the season. Him and Sweetland before him did not get any action in the doubleheader with Haxton. Swing and a miss. That'll be the first out for Charney in relief. So now there's 2 outs and 1 base runner on first for Wray. Trying to end the side right here. Looks like we have a pinch hitter right here. It's going to be Lawton Annan, going to replace Rice Peterson. First pitch, swing and a miss.
Now batting number 19, Lawton Annan.
0-1 the count for Annan. Charney trying to get out of this inning. Here's the 0-1, swung on. This one's going to be driven to center field, and it is going to be caught out there by McCaffrey, and that will retire the side. So 2 quick outs in relief for Charney in the inning, and that will do it for the top of the 6th inning. However, Wray able to add 3 to their score. They now lead Akron 16-4 going into the bottom of the 6th on KRDZ. Bottom of the 6th inning between Wray and Akron. Wray with a 16-4 advantage over the Akron Rams. Connor Dockery on KRDZ leading off the bottom of the 6th inning. It's going to be Caleb Paas. Remaining on the mound for Wray, Joey Wymura. He's been brilliant so far in relief. Pitching 4 innings, allowing 1 hit, no runs, walking 1 batter, and striking out 5. Meanwhile, first pitch going to be missed on the inside. It's going to be a ball. The only knock I guess you can have on Wymura is hitting 2 batters, but again, otherwise, very good first appearance on the mound for Wymura this season. Next one, swung on and missed on a downstairs pitch to Paas. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Paas gets back set in the box. 1-1 delivery, misses in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Paas in this one, at the beginning of the game, Hunter Moltz was hitting for him. He drew a walk, and then Paas in the 3rd inning was in the box. He struck out. This one now misses in the dirt again. 3 balls and a strike to Caleb Paas. No outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Wray leads by 12. Game 1 of today's doubleheader. 3-1, swung on. This one is fouled to the parking lot. Doesn't look like it hit anybody's vehicle. Always got to be careful when you're parking at one of these high school games. A lot of fly balls going up and over the fence. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch on the way for Waimura. That one swung on and missed. So there's strikeout number 6 in relief for Waimura. Able to start off the inning with an out. Always a good way to get going. Here is Alex Bowen, the freshman. First pitch to Bowen. That one's going to be swung on. It's going to be a pop fly coming over at second base, making the catch. There is Carson Rockwell. So there is out number 2. Trying to retire the side in order for the 3rd time in 5 innings. Stepping in is not Brock Sweetland. It's going to be Jackson Filla instead. Pinch hitter. Filla so far today, couple of appearances as a pinch runner in place of Ty Lucero. He was able to score 1 run and steal a base in one of those pinch running attempts. First pitch was a ball. Next pitch was swung on but fouled away in the dirt. 1-1 for Jackson Filla. Jackson Filla coming into today's action. 0 for 2 at the plate. Did score 3 runs. Drawing a walk and striking out once. Now swung on and missed. 1-2 the count to Jackson Filla. Trying to retire the side in order. 1-2. That one misses low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waimura still looking for that 3rd strike, just trying to make quick work of the inning. 2-2. That one in the dirt as well. And just like that, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So now Filla with a good opportunity right here to try to keep the inning alive for Akron. Unable to score any runs since the 4-run first inning. Pitch misses below the knees. That's going to be a walk. So after being ahead 1-2, he instead draws the walk. So now a base runner on first with 2 away in the inning. Waimura, that is just his 2nd walk of the game. Top of the inning, here is Anderson Filla. First delivered to him. That one gets the lower right corner. And no throw made to first, although Arambula did look like he was going to make that throw to first as Jackson Filla had to dive back in. Meanwhile, Anderson Filla down 0-1 to Waimura. Next delivery, that one grazes the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. One, 2 outs. Base runner on first. Bottom of the 6th inning, Wray by 12. This one grounded right back to the mound. Waimura turns, makes the throw to first with no troubles, and that's going to retire this side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 base runner left on. Wray still leads 16-4 over Akron, and that will retire the side. So it looks like that will actually do it for this one. Of course, the mercy rule, they do lead by over 10 runs. Of course, 10-plus runs after the 5th inning. That is a mercy rule victory for Wray. So that will conclude Manners here. Final score, Wray 16, Akron 4. So after a sketchy start on the mound there from Chris Arambula, allowing 1 hit and 4 runs on 5 walks, able to get 2 strikeouts as well. But since then, Joey Wymura, excellent work, 5 innings in relief. He's going to come away with the win, ending up with 6 strikeouts, just 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 2 batters hit by a pitch. So, again, great work there defensively for Wray, limiting Akron's opportunities since that first inning where Akron led 4-1 going into the second inning. But Ray's bats able to heat up, consistently scoring throughout the game, which is good, what you want to see. Scoring 1 run in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 5 in the fifth, and 6 in the third inning. Wray did that on 6 hits, 5 errors committed by Akron as well, and 8 Wray base runners were stranded on base. So again, so many walks in this one for Akron. 14 walks to be exact. So 14 walks, 6 hits. We're able to come away with a 16-4 victory. So Wray getting their 2022 season off on the right foot, 1-0. Meanwhile, Akron drops to 1-2. But we're not quite done yet. We are going to send it back to regular programming. Wray once again able to take down Akron in game 1, 16-4. After music, we'll come back with game number 2 of the doubleheader. Stick around. You're listening to Wray Eagles Baseball on KRDZ.
Sukup Manufacturing Company hires people that were born and raised to work in this industry.
I grew up farming, and we had Sukup equipment on our farm.
I still actively farm. I know what the farmers' problems are. I can use that to help make our products better.
What kind of separates a successful farm from one that's having a little more trouble right now is the ability to market your grain.
And the best way to manage that?
On-farm storage.
Sue Rother, fleet manager for Sukup Trucking Operations.
We've had several calls where a farmer is broke down, a dealer needs a part right away. We do whatever we can to get it there.
The Sukup Dealer Network is also a critical part of the company's success.
Our relationship with our dealers is very close. They know who they can contact if they have a need.
The dealers are absolutely committed to this product.
When you buy something, you want to make sure you have good service that comes with it.
You have depended on Farm Rain for your customized farming equipment and service. We are humbled by your trust. We don't take it lightly. And we don't take it for granted. Thank you for continuing to count on us.